Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Oh, hopefully you can hear me. If you can hear me, let me know in the chat where you are tuning in from. If it's morning, good morning. If not, good afternoon. In St. Lucia, we say sakafet. That means hello, welcome, how are you doing?
That's
Um,
English.
oh,
Thank
just a
you.
couple of house rules as well.
Lass mal
I
schätzen.
can ask everyone to keep their microphones on mute.
Oh, shit, nachhaken. Das
Oh,
ist unwichtig für
I'm
dich.
going to go ahead and mute everybody now, actually. And then once my co-hosts are about to present, they can go ahead and unmute themselves. So hello, everybody. Hi, Tracy. Michael, hello. Let me know if you can hear me and what part of the UK or what part of the world that you're in. Hello from Berkshire. Um, hopefully it's sunny. And we've been having some incredible weather here in the UK. And so hopefully it stays that way for at least a couple more weeks, some hot St. Lucian weather. But we don't want it too much because we do want people to book holidays and we want them to go to St. Lucia, right? But hello again. We are going to begin. So, good afternoon. For those who don't know me, my name is Nicole Compton, and I am the Trade Sales and Marketing Manager for the UK for St. Lucia Tourism Authority. I've got two lovely co-hosts with me here this afternoon. We've got Gary Atwell, who represents Sandals Resorts in St. Lucia. So, he'll be telling you about the three Sandals properties that we have on island, and also Fiona Miller, who works for Van Isaac Exclusive, and she'll be telling you all about three properties in St. Lucia. So, Cap Maison and Chassenay and Jade Mountain. So you've got some amazing resorts to hear from today. One thing I do want to mention is as you listen to these presentations, please do think of a twin center for your clients because we have all of these hotels are very different. And if you have clients who are looking to do more than a week in St. Lucia, they can definitely twin them with some of the resorts here this afternoon. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and begin my presentation. So I'll tell you all about St. Lucia, and then the hotels will come in and tell you about the properties that they represent. Okay, so let me just move this out of the way. Can you guys see my presentation okay?
Yes, Nicole, it looks good.
Perfect. So welcome to this culinary webinar, a gastronomic experience. So this presentation is really going to focus on the food and beverage in St. Lucia. Probably one of my favorite. And when people ask me what's my top three things or why people should go to St. Lucia, I always say the people, the things to do, and the food, because the food is one of a kind. I love trying all the various different things that we have to offer, the local dishes, international dishes, and we have a vast variety of amazing and talented chefs and baristas as well, who do some of the most amazing drinks and cocktails. So without further ado, let me tell you a little bit about St. Lucia's gastronomic experience. So why is St. Lucia a culinary paradise? First reason is that we use a lot of fresh and local ingredients. Because we are a volcanic island, we do have the Caribbean's only drive-through volcano with very volcanic soil, and the tropical climate really makes the island the ideal place for harvesting a lot of our crops. So whether that's bananas, cocoa, mango, spices, and also seafood as well around the island. We are fortunate to be surrounded by two waters. We've got the Caribbean Sea on the west coast and also the Atlantic Ocean on the east coast. St. Lucia's rich Creole and culinary heritage also makes it the island the ideal culinary paradise. We have a blend of African, French, and Caribbean influences, which create all these bold and flavorful dishes that we offer in St. Lucia. We do a lot of farm to table as well, and also sea to plate. So a lot of the fruits and vegetables that you can get on island, it comes straight from the local vendors, and also the fresh fish that we serve as well. They actually supply to a lot of the restaurants and the hotels daily. We have diverse dining experiences from beachside barbecues to seafood, to street food like the Gross Lake Street Party, to also fine dining at some of our award-winning restaurants as well, both independently and in some of our resorts. Food is a cultural celebration in St. Lucia, whether it's various different festivals, family life, or island hospitality, or the island's hospitality. Every meal in St. Lucia tells a story, from some of our local dishes to some of our fine dining dishes. There's always a story that could be told from each meal. A couple of culinary highlights and a local things that you should definitely try in St. Lucia. The first one is our national dish, which is called green fig and saltfish, or known as green bananas and salted cod. This is made up of green bananas. So we do eat bananas in its various different stages, whether that's ripe stage as a normal banana that you know, or in the green stage part, that national dish. And then the salted cod is sauteed with peppers, onions, various different spices. We've got a hearty stew, or one pot, as we call it, called a bouillon, which consists of various different vegetables, dumplings, and various different meats, or it could be vegetarian, pescatarian fish options as well. Or you can also get it in vegan options, vegetarian options. That's one thing I do want to mention. If you have any clients who have dietary requirements, we do cater for everybody. So the more information you can give the resort or the restaurant, it will be better for your clients. Even when I book local restaurants for family trips and I let them know, like, hey, I've got these dietary requirements, they really go out of their way to make sure that everybody in my group is satisfied and there is something that they could eat. Couple of other must-try items would be, one of them is fish cakes, also known as acros. So this is the salted cod, but it's deep fried as a fritter. We call it saltfish fritters as well. You sometimes can also pair that with bakes or floats, or in other islands, it might be called fried dumplings or Johnny cakes. So what you would find is there are a lot of items across the Caribbean which have different names, but they all essentially are the same things. A couple of other highlights would be callaloo soup or pumpkin soup. So callaloo soup is made from a lot of leafy greens, so spinach, callaloo leaves, and then you also get the ripest pumpkins as well in St. Lucia. They sometimes will add in sweet potato, and one of the key ingredients would be coconut milk to get that creamy coconut and Caribbean texture. Um, Breadfruit is another staple that you should try on Ireland. They serve it, you can have it roasted, fried, boiled. It has a potato-like texture and it is grown around the island, and you can also find it in various different islands as well. One of my favorites is lambi, or also known as conch. That's quite popular in islands like the Bahamas. It's a tender shellfish-like delicacy that you can get grilled, you can get it curried at the Grosley Street Party, and also some of the fish fries. You can get it served in many different ways. Because one thing our chefs love to do, they love to show off, and they love to show you how they can take our local culinary delights and really make it into world-class meals. Cocoa tea is quite popular and traditional to St. Lucia. It is a traditional chocolate spice tea made from raw cocoa stick and various spices from nutmeg, cinnamon, clove. It is then thickened with a thickener to make it like a chocolate porridge, but we do drink it as a tea. And it's something that it really warms the inside, warms the body, and it's a very nice natural way of drinking a hot chocolate. You can also get rotis in St. Lucia. Roti is a soft flatbread that's filled with a curry that could be from chicken to beef. It's also filled with vegetables and chickpeas. It has a very much of an East Indian cuisine. So that really shows you some of the different types of cultures that come together to combine in the cuisines that we enjoy in St. Lucia. And last but by no means least, banana bread is something that you have to try, because St. Lucia has the sweetest and the most flavorful bananas in the Caribbean, probably in the world. And we do, as I mentioned, utilize bananas in its various different stages and forms. So we make an amazing banana bread. So it's definitely one that if you have clients, or if your yourselves are in St. Lucia and you see it at breakfast, or you see it on a menu, please do try it because you won't regret it. Couple of top culinary experiences I wanted to mention is that in St. Lucia, you can have private chef dining experiences. You can do market tours where you get to try and see some of the local crops that we grow on island. We've got cooking classes as well, like Cook Like a St. Lucian. We have rum and chocolate tasting, the likes of Hotel Chocolat or summer hotels who make their own chocolate as well. Or you can do a rum tasting at the St. Lucia Distillers, the distillery down in Marigot Bay, or a lot of our hotels do offer rum tasting as an excursion as well. You can also make chocolate in St. Lucia. So Hotel Chocolat does have an activity called Project Chocolat, where you can learn to make your own bar of chocolate from bean to bar or from tree to bar. And last but by no means least, we have a couple of fish fries in St. Lucia. So on a Friday, you can expect a fish fry to be in Ancillary on that southwest coast of St. Lucia. And on a Saturday, we do have the Dennery Fish Fiesta as well. Some of these things did sort of pause during the pandemic, but they have since picked up. So if your clients are looking for that local fish experience, they can definitely check those out. And also every Friday night, we do have the Grosley Street Party, where there is a lovely local street vendor or street food restaurant called Duke's where you can try the most amazing seafood options there, and they're all locally caught as well that day. Just a couple of images of some of those excursions and activities that I just previously mentioned. So the Project Chocolat, doing a bean to bar experience, also rum and wine tasting, and that private cooking class as well. Now, the island has an amazing range of restaurants all across the island. So from between the north to the south, there's various options from fine dining to also local restaurants as well. Just a couple I would mention off here on the southwest coast down in Soufrière. Orlando is a really amazing fine dining restaurant. He is an award-winning chef that can do incredible things. One of his motto is how he can turn Caribbean Creole food into culinary art. So he loves using what he can locally find on island to turn it into some of the most amazing dining experiences. In the north of the island, in the Rodney Bay area, we have over 40 different types of cuisines of restaurants, from an Indian restaurant to sushi restaurant to Creole, to India. I think I mentioned Indian, to a steakhouse. There's various different options that your clients can enjoy on island, and also some local options as well. During the day, down in Castries, you can get some local restaurants that you can enjoy some locally caught local meals. So a couple of examples here, which are of some local options, also with a slight fine dining twist. So you'll see how we've utilized coal pots for serving, or we will use the coconut shell. So we try to not only use the products in food, but also use their byproduct as well, and how to make it into art. Now we also have a bar hopping experience called Cabaret Crawl, and this is where we encourage visitors to visit some of the local bars and restaurants that we do have on island, right from the north to the south, where you get to try some of the local beers, the local rums. We make our own beer in St. Lucia called Peto Beer, named after infamous Twin Peak Mountains of the Pitons. You can also get Peto Shandies with various different flavors, and some of our staple rums would be Chairman's Reserve rum, Bounty rum, Marigot Bay liqueur, and also Admiral Rodney as well. So if you do have clients who love rum and they love trying different rums and liqueurs, I would definitely recommend a trip down to the distilleries and to try every bottle of rum that we make in St. Lucia. And also while they're in the resorts as well, I know some of them, if they want a beer, they would probably ask for a Heineken or Corona, but please encourage them to try the local beers, because you're only going to get it in St. Lucia. So definitely a Piton beer is probably one of my choices when I visit St. Lucia as well. Just going to point out a couple of key areas for you in relation to culinary. So in the north of the island, in Grosley, is where you'd find that Grosley Street Party. Down in the Castries region, you'd find the Castries Market there with all our local produce, spices, also souvenirs down there as well. We do have two airports on island. So we've got the domestic regional airport in the north in Castries called George F. L. Charles. And we've also got our international airport in the south in Vieux-Fort. And that's where we fly in from the UK, US, Canada. On the west coast, you would see Ancillary, where we have the Ancillary Fish Fry on a Friday night. And on the east coast in Dennery is where we have that Dennery Fish Fiesta as well on a Saturday evening. Couple of quick useful facts. So we do have direct flights from the UK, US, and Canada, and also from across the Caribbean. So from the UK, you can fly with British Airways weekly out of London. Daily out of London Gatwick. From the US, you've got various different hubs, the likes of New York, Atlanta, Miami, and Boston, just to mention a few. And then we also have good connection out of Toronto as well during the winter season down to St. Lucia. So a question that I get asked a lot is the validity of your passport. So you do not need 6 months to travel to St. Lucia. All that we ask is that your passport is valid for the duration of your trip. So if you've got a month left on your passport and you're only staying in St. Lucia for 2 weeks, that's completely fine. And it just has to be valid for the day that you depart the island. Also, British, Irish, European, American, and Canadian passport holders do not require a visa to travel to St. Lucia. Now, the transfer between the north and the south of the island takes about 90 minutes by road, 90 to 120 minutes by road. However, it is an amazing transfer because you get a scenic route. You'll be weaving and bobbing through the rainforest, up and down the mountains as you transfer between the north and the south of the island. If you have some clients who want to arrive to their resort in style or slightly different, we have a couple of other options. We do have a VIP helicopter transfer, which takes about 10 minutes to transfer between the two airports, so the international and the domestic airport. And we've also got a ferry transfer as well. The ferry transfer takes roughly the same length of time as the road transfer. However, the ferry transfer is an amazing scenic option because you get to see the island from the west coast, from sea. You get to drive by the pitons and the various marinas as well as you transfer between the north and the south. Temperatures typically range between 25 to 30 degrees Celsius throughout the year, with a warm sea breeze and sunshine every day. And we get the liquid sunshine. We technically do have two seasons. Rainy seasons from June to November, dry seasons from December through to May. But even during the rainy season, so now you get little to no rainfall at all, or that liquid sunshine that I've just mentioned. I just returned back from St. Lucia on Friday, and we did have some moments throughout the day where you'd get a little bit of rain for about 5, 10 minutes, and then it would stop and a beautiful rainbow would come out, but it would still be hot. So definitely don't be discouraged in booking your clients to St. Lucia or to the Caribbean during the rainy season. One thing I do want to mention is for the St. Lucia, we are quite fortunate that we're positioned just below the hurricane belt, so we don't touch wood get directly hit by hurricanes. So that is also something quite useful to know as well. So even if it is the hurricane season, you probably so most of the times, just like last year when we did have the hurricane in the Caribbean, we got a little bit of the rain and the wind for a day or so, but other than that, it was completely fine. We accept two currencies in St. Lucia, the Eastern Caribbean dollar and also the US dollar island-wide. And we drive on the same side of the road as the UK, so it's very familiar for British travelers. Just a quick recap on our flight schedule. So we have those daily flights from London Gatwick with on British Airways, and then we have great connections out of North America as well. So you can, if you have any clients coming from the north of the UK, for example, or from Europe, they can definitely fly into any US hub that's more convenient to them. And then from there, it's just a short transfer down to St. Lucia. Just a reminder that if you have any clients traveling to St. Lucia, they must complete their online immigration form at least 3 days before travel. This can be found on our website, www.stlucia.org. They'll receive an email with a QR code, which they'll present to officials on arrival. And last but by no means least, we've got a couple of events upcoming because we do have an amazing calendar of events. We have St. Lucia Carnival starting from the 1st all the way through to the 23rd of July. For us, this is a celebration of our culture, our heritage. You get to enjoy some amazing culinary delights because at all of the carnival parties and the events, we do have some amazing local vendors and also some amazing chefs as well, catering. And while your clients are on island, if they're there for carnival, so a great opportunity for them to head to the distillery to do some rum tasting, go make chocolate. They can also visit the Grocery Street Party whilst enjoying some of these carnival events as well. Throughout the whole of October, we do celebrate Creole Heritage Month. And for me, that is probably one of my favorite times of the year because it's where we get to really showcase and present our Creole culture. And you get to try some Creole food, some Creole music, poetry, dance, and really get to enjoy that culture that we once had. We were 7 times British, 7 times French for over 100 years. The British and the French fought over us. So we do still know that we have that Creole culture, that French heritage that we showcase that once a month in October. And the last Sunday in October is what we call Journée Creole, also known as Creole Day. And that's where we really celebrate and all the local communities, they'll come out and have festivals and parades. And you can actually go to all the small villages and try all the stuff that they have to offer. Our St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival is probably one of the highlights of our year. It takes place every year from the end of April through to into May. So the dates are out for 2026. This year we had some amazing artists. John Legend was one of the headlining acts, Earth, Wind and Fire. In the past, we've had some amazing artists from all over the world as well. It is jazz and arts, so you do get a bit of the arts aspect as well and jazz. So it's also a music festival because we have a couple of nights for other genres of music like gospel, soca night, Caribbean, Afrobeat as well. So there is something for everybody throughout our St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival. Just a couple of new things as I round up this presentation. So we do have a lovely excursion called the Small Six that we've just launched. And we actually have 6 endemic animal species in St. Lucia. And what we want is we want visitors and guests to be able to explore and find these 6 endemic species. So if it's something that you have clients who are into wildlife or being outdoors, you can definitely check out our website and find out more information on the Small Six excursion. They go with a guide who's an expert and he's able to help them locate these 6 endemic species. We're excited to announce that Secret St. Lucia Resort and Spa is now open. So if you have any clients who are looking for an adults only haven, pure luxury, that is a great option. So you can definitely check out some more information on them on their website. Bay Gardens will still be opening a luxury villa residence called Sapphire Sands Villas. So that should be opening before the end of the year. It's giving us some more stock in St. Lucia, some more reasons for your clients to come to experience that luxury that we have. Sapphire Sands Villas will be coming with its own personal chef, so they get meals that are really high quality and tailored to them. Cabot St. Lucia is a destination for elite. It's a new resort for elite golfers. There's also luxury estate there as well. So if you have clients who visit St. Lucia, they love playing golf and they fall in love with the island, they can definitely look at purchasing a bit of real estate at Cabot, that they can keep coming back year after year. And last but by no means least, the Lifeco brand will be opening a wellness retreat resort in St. Lucia, offering bespoke detox programs and just being able to let St. Lucia be one of the top wellness destinations in the Caribbean. We do currently have an amazing product at the Body Holiday and with the Body Holiday, sorry, I should say, but the Life Call is going to just elevate us and take us to that next level on the wellness offerings that we have in St. Lucia. Bearing in mind that we do have quite a lot of natural wellness products, from the drive-through volcano where you can have a sulfuric mud bath, which they do say let you come out living 10 years younger. So that's definitely something that people don't believe when I say I'm actually 70, but I've done quite a few mud baths. And also our eating as well, in terms of all the natural farm to table products that we do put into our bodies. It's really setting us apart being a wellness destination of the Caribbean. And just before I end, I'm just going to show you our new St. Lucia summer campaign. Hopefully that will inspire you to send your clients to St. Lucia. We do still have some space available in some of our resorts for the summer. So if you do get any last minute bookings or inquiries, please do consider us and help your clients enjoy St. Lucia's summer style. So without further ado, I hope you enjoyed the video.
There's summer, and then there's summer St. Lucia style. Summer days, St. Lucia style. Summer thrills, St. Lucia style. Summer nights, St. Lucia style. Summer loving, St. Lucia style. Dive into summer, St. Lucia style.
So I hope that you enjoyed her and allowing her to inspire you. And for those who don't know, St. Lucia is the only country in the world to be named after a woman, which is why we say let her inspire you. So we'd love for you to stay connected with us. So please follow us on our trade Facebook page, St. Lucia Expert. We do have Instagram, X, and all that good stuff. And if you are not a St. Lucia expert, what exactly are you doing? But if you're not, please visit our online training program called solutionexpert.com, where you can do a short training program and learn all about the destination in a little bit more detail. And also it gives you an opportunity to log all the bookings that you make to St. Lucia as well. So if you are following us on Facebook, you would have seen that we just hosted our Global Peter Awards 2025. And this is a celebration of our top sellers from the UK, US, and Canada, and also the Caribbean, so from across the world. But we take 10 of our top 10 of our top sellers from the UK each year, and we bring them on a reward trip to St. Lucia. And this is based on the bookings that they log. So it's based on the amount of room nights, because we know that different resorts have different price values. So the more bookings that you make to St. Lucia, please log them on there. You can backdate them from any bookings that you've made from the 1st of January this year all the way through till the 31st December. And the following year in 2026, we will look at the top 5 tour operator red staff who've logged their bookings and the top 5 independent travel agents, and you will be announced as one of our Global Peter Award winners. So please, if you have made any bookings this year or you have any inquiries that are coming up, you can definitely log them on there. And you can also log them multiple places. So if you log them with Sandals or My Booking Rewards, you can still log them on Solution Expert as well. So thank you so much for allowing me to inspire you with my presentation on St. Lucia. I hope that you're all not too hungry now, and you can still listen to the hotels that I'm about to present. I'm gonna have a quick look in the chat to see if we have any questions. If you do have any questions while you're watching the presentations, please do drop them in the chat, and what we'll do is in between each presentation, we will go ahead and we will try to answer those for you. And anything we can't answer, I will come back to you by emails. So without further ado, we are now going to be heading to Cap Maison with Fiona.
Thank you very much, Nicole. I'm quite keen to look at that, the Small Six excursion. I think that sounds exciting. I haven't heard of that before, so it's always good to hear about these new things. So can you see my screen? All right.
Yes, we can.
Perfect. So thank you everyone for taking the time out of your day to join us today. My name's Fiona. I'm the Director of Sales and Marketing at Van Isaac Exclusive. And right now I'm going to talk to you about Cap Maison, which is in the north of the island in St. Lucia. So as Nicole said, you would fly in from the UK into the main airport here in the south. Then it's approximately 90 minutes by car to get up to Cap Maison, which is up in the north. Another way to get there, which I think is the best way, would be by helicopter. So you'd fly from the main airport here to Castries, and then it's a short 20-minute road transfer from there. It's well worth the helicopter. It's not as expensive as it sounds. And if you stay at Cap Maison, it's a lovely way to arrive. Of course, you also have the boat, which Nicole told us about as well. So here's Cap Maison. So we're in the north of the island, and we are 49 rooms and suites in total, and one 4-bedroom villa, which is Saman House. We have 2 restaurants. We have the Cliff at Cap, which I'll tell you more about shortly, and we have the Naked Fisherman Beach Bar and Grill, which is just down here on the beach. We have beautiful views out towards Pigeon Island, and lovely views over the cliff. This is where you would arrive in the reception area, and as you walk down this corridor, you will find the spa and also the club room and the gym as well. So if you want to burn off all those calories from your 3-course breakfast, lunch and dinner, then don't worry, we have the facilities for you. So as I said, we have 49 rooms, suites and villas. So we have here a rough room layout for you. So the garden view rooms here, they interconnect to the 1-bedroom suites and outer connect to the junior suites. So you can join them up and then they'll become a villa suite. This is our lead-in room, the garden room. And of course, the rooms get larger and larger in size. This is our junior suite, which we always recommend as our lead-in option. Food can be brought to you, of course. Food and drink can be served to you in your room or suite if you wish. We have 2 swimming pools. We have our small pool in the Spanish courtyard here, which is for use of the Spanish courtyard suites. And then we have the main pool, which I'll show you in just a second. These are our Spanish courtyard suites, and they come with an enormous living area as well and a small kitchen. Our ocean view suites have these lovely Japanese bathtubs on the balcony. So I didn't know what a Japanese bathtub was before, but turns out it's just a slightly shorter but taller, if that makes sense. So less room to lie down, more room to sit up type bathtub. We used to have jacuzzis in here, but those were a bit less fashionable these days. So we have these lovely soaking tubs instead. And then we have our suites which come with a swimming pool. So as you can see from this picture, this is a private pool here. So if you have a 1-bedroom suite on the ground floor, then you'll get a slightly larger pool, but it will be within the gardens. If you have our 1-bedroom suite, which is my favorite one, on the rooftop, then you'll get a slightly smaller pool, but it'll be far more private because it's on the roof and you get the whole roof terrace then as well. Of course, you get your beautiful big living room space with the kitchen, and you can see your pool is just outside the bedroom just here. Private chefs can be organised so you can have a lovely barbecue on your roof terrace if you want to, or you can just serve lovely dinners up here as well. And if anyone's going for a romantic proposal or a special anniversary dinner, then we can set up all sorts of lovely dining options on your roof terrace as well. So we're here to talk about culinary. So let me introduce you to the Cap Maison culinary team, led by Caribbean Chef of the Year, Craig Jones, who's this gentleman here in the middle. He's a Welsh Rastafarian vegetarian bodybuilder, and he's been at Cap Maison for many, many years now. His food is absolutely incredible, and we're a Relais Chateau property, so as you can imagine, the food and beverage here is really, really top notch. So this is our fine dining restaurant, the Cliff at Cap. And down here, just in the sea, you can just about make out Rock Maison, which is our private dining platform. If you can just see here, we have, oh, I've gone too far, a zip wire that's going down to Rock Maison, not for people, I might add, people go down the steps, but champagne or wedding proposals or engagement rings or whatever can come down in this zip wire, this little basket here by zip wire, which is a lovely thing to do. So the Cliff at Cap is a beautiful restaurant, fine dining. It's been refurbished in the last couple of years. Don't forget that bookings via tour operators are on half board, but you can upgrade to all-inclusive if you like. And if you are on half board or all-inclusive, you can eat in either the Cliff at Cap restaurant or the Naked Fisherman restaurant. Just some examples of the lovely, lovely food. It looks a lot nicer than my lunch I'm about to have. But we do excellent food here. And because our chef, Craig Jones, he's Rastafarian, we have a whole separate vegetarian menu as well. So if you have clients who are vegetarian, they're very well catered for here. We have a lot of private dining options as well. So this is where you might want to come and sit to watch the sunset, but we can clear all these tables and chairs away, and we can set it up as a private dining venue. This is our beautiful bar that we got refurbished a couple of years back. We make our own rum punch, of course, at Cap Maison. So a small bottle of that is placed in everybody's room. So be careful of that. It's very lovely and very strong. This is an aerial view of Rock Maison, the private dining platform in the sea. Very, very popular. Please book it in advance if you have clients who want to come down here for champagne, sunsets, or if they want a meal down here, because it is very, very popular. This is an example of how it can be set up in the evenings. And then down on the beach, so do bear in mind you have to take a number of steps to get down to the beach. So not entirely ideal for those who might have mobility problems. But down on the beach, we have the newly refurbished Naked Fisherman Beach Bar and Grill, which is an award-winning bar and restaurant. The food down here is much more casual. We have jazz singers down here most evenings and tiki torches burning. It's a really lovely way to spend a couple of hours over lunch before you go back snorkeling in the sea. Gosh, the food does look really, really lovely. I forgot how lovely it looks. So that's open from 10 a.m. in the morning through till late at night for drinks in the evening and dinner. So we have a very, very extensive rum options for rum, of course, in St. Lucia, and we make our own rum here at Cap Maison. There's a few more shots of the beach. Of course, non-motorized water sports are included. And down we have down in the wine cellar, we have rum tasting, wine tasting. We can offer wine pairings as well, or you can just come down here for a private meal should you wish. The wine pairing is very, very good. They also do rum pairings as well if you fancy something a bit different. And in terms of special offers, we have many, many great special offers at Cap Maison. But at the moment, our top one is save 25%. And if you're staying for 5 nights or more in one of our 1-bedroom suites with the pools, then you get a one-way helicopter transfer included as well. If you're staying in our 2 or 3-bedroom villas, we've just launched a new offer where you can save an additional 10% on those room types. And we most certainly do have space this summer. So I'm just going to end my presentation with a short brand new video from Cap Maison.
Oh, is it supposed to have sound, Fiona? Because there's no sound on the video.
There is supposed to be sound. I can hear it.
Press share sound when you shared your screen.
Oh, how
I can.
strange.
I'll say.
Bear with me a
to
second.
say?
I'll just reshare my screen and I'll make sure there's sound that comes with it. Share sound. There we go. That was what I did wrong. Okay, let's start that video again if that's all right.
No problem.
Let me just rewind so you can have the full Cap Maison experience. Let me know if you can hear this, Nicole.
Yes, perfect.
That's Camp Maison in St. Lucia. I've got to say, it's probably one of the most beautiful places in terms of how it feels. It has a real home from home feeling to it. So if you're ever in St. Lucia and you would like to come and visit or pop over for lunch, please do let us know and we'll see what we can do to arrange that.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Fiona. While I was watching your presentation, I thought, gosh, I should have had lunch first because it was making me so hungry. But it really goes to show some of the amazing culinary options that we have in St. Lucia, whether you're dining for lunch on at the Naked Fisherman or the Cliff at Cap, you really do get fine dining at Cap Maison. So thank you for that presentation. Okie dokie. So we're going to be moving around the island now, and we're heading to Sandals Resorts with Gary.
Oh, are we? Right, hey. Righty-ho. There we go. Is that all okay for you, Nicole?
Yeah, perfect.
Right. Well, welcome everybody. Thank you. I'm Gary. I'm with Sandals Resorts now for 24 years. So I've managed to eat in a lot of places and drink in a lot of places. So hopefully give a bit of my experience from that. Fiona, I just want to take you up on that. Next time I'm in St. Lucia, I'll be coming down for dinner and a selection of those rums and a cigar and the wine pairing and the private dining. So obviously that goes to me as well, not just everybody watching.
You're
But
always
anyway,
welcome, Gary. You're always welcome.
Likewise.
hey, right, Nicole, you and me and everybody that's on the call, let's get
Yes.
going. Right, so I say Gary, business development for Sands and Beaches, and I'm going to just let you know a bit about of our 3 resorts that we have in St. Lucia to stay at. We'll get 17 overall in the Caribbean, set in stunning locations, right on amazing beaches. And St. Lucia itself, it's the land, the people, and the light. And that, luckily, those 3 things reflect in our 3 stunning resorts. So there's the location of them. We mentioned Nicole and Fiona mentioned how to get from the airport in the south up to the north, and 90 minutes journey time. I've been lucky enough to have taken the helicopter, which was an amazing experience, really worthwhile, especially on arrival. When you're after that long transatlantic flight and you can get straight on the helicopter and up to your resort. But remember, take a small bag with you with your swimwear, because your bags will go by land. So you can imagine arriving resort like an hour and a half to 2 hours before your swimwear arrives. I don't really encourage swimming in your underwear, but so always take a bag with you to the 3 resorts. So the 3 resorts we have, what I want to get in there first of all is some of our excellent pricing, always looking for a sales opportunity. There's one there we've got in the housing, 2,469, flying from Gatwick, and I've even put a wee north departure in as well for 10 nights for the Regency. 2,799. So that's for April 26, and the other one's for September 25. So a bit of a last minute one or final close of departure date, but the other one for April 26. Nice run in for that. And obviously it's 2,799 from Glasgow. It's going to be way better traveling from London Gatwick. The first resort to begin with is, of course, Sandals Grand St. Lucian. It's whose favourite slot? I'm not really sure, but for me, this is my favourite. There's 12 dining options there. So what can I say? 300 odd rooms, 12 dining options, 7 bars, 3 pools for you to be able to, again, spend your day and choose which restaurant you want to go to. It's located, right on a peninsula out to Pigeon Island. It's, again, got the pool overlooking Rodney Bay, famous for its regatta and sailing, which is incredible. And it's just a very calm and idyllic sea that's just set there in the bay. So it's got the perfect beach with the perfect water and some over-the-water bungalows there as well, and an over-the-water wedding chapel. And together with Over the Water, you're getting the theme here, we also have Gordon's restaurant for our signature steaks and seafood. So that's a beautiful setting. And then it's not brand new, but the Bombay Club is one of my favourite restaurants. We get authentic Indian cuisine while you're staying at the Grand St. Lucian. And one thing I think one of the biggest benefits of staying over in Sandals is that with the 3 resorts, we do a transfer shuttle between all 3 that runs throughout the day. So you can decide what day you want to have. You want to get up and have breakfast in another resort, just hop on the transfer shuttle, have breakfast there, grab your towels there and spend the day by the pool. Or if you want to spend the day in your own resort and then grab a shuttle later on, you can go over for dinner in one of the other resorts as well. And one of those other resorts would be Sandals Halcyon Beach. So we've got an additional 7 restaurants there as well, coupled with the 12 at the Grand. 7 bars there as well. So I think that's 14 bars. Well, it's quite a few bars anyway to choose from. Again, set right on the beach, beautiful location. And that beautiful restaurant there, Over the Water restaurant, is one of my favourites again for speciality dining. And the resort's a lot smaller. It's low rise. It's only 2-storey. It's a really beautiful resort set in the gardens and grounds. So it's really different from the Grand St. Lucian. This is more a Garden of Eden type style resort for you to relax in. And there's the Overwater restaurant, the Kelly's Dockside, which is phenomenal. And the other thing we're introducing throughout all of our resorts is the food trucks. So we'll get custom made pizza at this one, but we've got a lot of other different food trucks in our other resorts, which again, people maybe don't want to go to a buffet for lunch. They just want to maybe grab a snack, a wrap, tortilla, whatever your choice is. You'll grab that and just go and continue lying by the pool or on the beach by the ocean. So it's entirely, again, a lot more laid back and chilled out at your pace. And then the last one to mention is, of course, the Regency St. Lucia. It's again set on the beach with a pool, obviously right over there. There's another 10 dining options and 8 bars to choose from. So if you're going there for 10 nights, that's a hell of a lot of restaurants to visit in one day. It's set on a bluff. We used to have a golf course there, but we've now changed that into 10 new Rondeval suites. And on top of that, we've got our own now 18-hole championship golf course that the transfers are go from all 3 resorts to our own Cap Estate Golf Club. Literally, depending on which resort, 5 to 15-minute drive away. And 2 excellent restaurants, which I recommend there. Soy, which is based in Kimonos. So you go to Soy for your pre-dinner sushi, or even just go there anytime you want for your freshly prepared sushi. And then in that building there, you can see up on stilts is our Kimonos restaurant, where we've got teppanyaki cuisine, which is great fun. And something brand new to the Regency is Buchan, where we've got this new island-inspired cuisine with communal eating. So again, rather than just going for dinner for 2, we want to sit round a table with our guests and experience different bowls and plates of locally produced food. Very much more, concentrated on the local food, local produce, and farm to table. Our owner, Mr. Adam Stewart, he now looks after the company. He's our chief executive chairman of Sandals. His dad obviously started the company off back in 1981, and it's still a family-run company to this day. And what I want to try and go over is not just this buffet-style restaurant. We've got unlimited speciality dining, the choice of restaurants, 16 per resort, but you've got 12, 7, and 10 different restaurants in all those 3 resorts to go to. And the beauty of it is you can go to any restaurant any number of times you want, have anything from the menu, and there's no supplement on anything. So you could have Wagyu sirloin steak with lobster tail every single night of the week at no additional charge. And twin that up with a lovely Robert Mondavi Twin Oaks wine. We've got 5 different varieties or varietals of wine that you can choose from, and a beautiful sparkling included as well. And the style of the dining, what I want to show you is we've got 23 different cuisines, 16 restaurants. You saw the beautiful settings, but very much now we're emphasising on the farm to table. That's really important that we're doing that and bringing again more authentic styles of cuisine into the resorts. I got the produce as well, and very much in style is food served in a bowl rather than a plate. So, I mean, that's the thing I've learned is food in a bowl is not just cereal, it's actually your dinner. So that's very much on point. But the restaurant, we said, the Buchan, 3-stone cooking, it's like all about different preparation and styles of how the food's, cooked for you. You sit in the group round the table, and hopefully encourage more of a community environment, as is the whole of the Caribbean, society is all about family and community and helping each other. And we're actually trying to bring everybody together in our resorts. So we're now not classed as couples only, we're called adults only resorts. So we're encouraging that. The soy restaurant you mentioned, again, the chefs are all experts in various styles of soy, the design of teppanyaki, and of course of sushi. And you can go there anytime, to have a little bit of pre-dinner. You can have it earlier on in the day. Sushi is absolutely stunning at these resorts. And then we also have like the beautiful setting. If you want to go for breakfast, the Bayside, you can choose a la carte, or you can choose buffet, sitting overlooking the Caribbean Sea, just an amazing setting. And then in the evening, it becomes a French brasserie experience, which is lovely. The Bombay Club I mentioned earlier, absolutely phenomenal restaurants. So experiencing a little bit more of the different international cuisine, you know, your simple chicken tikka, pompadons, butter chicken, lamb samosas, pakora, naan breads, you chapatis, you know, you name it. And what we like to do is in each restaurant, we twin up the beer of choice. So, you know, if you go Kirinichi ban, maybe in soy you'd have there. Again, coming over to the Bombay Club, you have Indian beer, so many different choices we have and offer there. And then the different food trucks all around the resorts. You know, depending where you're going, we've got Mexican tacos, we've got chicken tenders, you know, we've got Jamaican patties, all served within a ultimate traditional style, Caribbean style. And then again, we're upgrading as we go as well. We have a patisserie, a coffee shop that in still some of the resorts it's called Café de Paris, but obviously we're gonna try to get more back to the Caribbean. You know, we are like, you know, a Caribbean family run company. So we want to, or we try to change the idea of instead of Café de Paris, we're going to rebrand the resort coffee shops Bloom, the Jamaican coffee shop. So the reason why we're calling it Bloom is Blue Mountain, okay, one of the best coffees in the world. And again, there's going to be there's pairing menus in there with different types of coffees and different types of obviously pastries that go with that. So again, more exclusive, again, more stylish, and again, getting back to our roots of the Caribbean. And nothing more Caribbean than a pizza. Nice timing, Gary. Obviously, everybody loves maybe a stone-baked authentic pizza while you're maybe lying by the pool or the evening if you want to head back to your room with a little light bite of a pizza. It's again open all the time for late night snacks as well. So if you're coming back from a rum tasting evening in one of our bars, then you can maybe nip in and get a pizza to take back to your room. And very important nowadays is the dietary needs. So if you let our team in London know of any dietary requirements that your customers have, we'll notify the resort of that. And also, we also have a culinary concierge desk in every resort. So if anyone's got any questions on vegan, halal, whichever requirement they have, they just go to that desk and let us know. And all of the sample menus are on sandals.co.uk, so you can let the customer see all the different choices we have. But also on top of that, we have our own trade website called sellingsandals.co.uk. And on that, we've got all our flyers, all our St. Lucia promotional offers we have on currently, you saw there, and really everything there is to know about the resorts and our training program. And you learn more about St. Lucia on that website. And again, if you want something a little bit more romantic, more individual, you want to propose or you want to do something just as a couple, then we do have our own private romantic dining experience, which can be set up on the beach. That's an additional cost, but it gives you an amazing experience just being set at the beach, candlelight all around you, and a private and personalised menu. And then the last thing to mention is our Sandals and Beaches app, which we have. You can download that for your customers, or customers can download it, and then they can pre-book one restaurant 14 days prior to arrival. So that's them got that booked, and then they can make the rest of the reservations when they arrive in resort. But just to let you know, there's only maybe 3 or 4 restaurants that require reservations. Majority of restaurants is just turn up on spec and then to be seated at that particular restaurant. And remember the bars we've got so many different bars selling premium drinks, cocktails and mocktails, swim up suites, piano bars, karaoke bars, end of the ocean bars, you name it, rum bars. We've got every single drink and rum and cocktail and non-cocktail and mocktail you could ever think of. So on that note of those choice of restaurants, those choice of bars, those choice of locations, I'll just to say thank you for paying attention, and I shall look forward to seeing all your guests at Sandals.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Gary. Thank you for that lovely presentation. Again, I saw so much food that I just wanted to have straight away.
That's okay. Okay, that's me.
But I'm quite fortunate. I just came back from St. Lucia and we did stay at the Grand. So I had a lot of those lovely, amazing meals. I had breakfast at Bayside every day. I think pizza was the last thing I had before I went to the airport. So it was an amazing experience. And as you mentioned, all of those things are included at your stay. So And even if you are staying elsewhere sometimes, or you have clients staying elsewhere, you can always, and they want to get those experiences, whether it's from Cat Maison or Sandals or even Anchaste Jeg, you can always see if they can maybe get a day pass as well so that they can experience it. And that way, if they are coming back to St. Lucia again, they know exactly where they want to head to. So definitely keep that in mind. So guys, we've got one more presentation left, but 2 more amazing resorts for you down in the south of the island. So definitely think of that if you're thinking of a twin center for your clients. So I'm gonna hand back to Fiona, and she's gonna tell you all about Anchaste and Jade Mountain.
Thanks so much, Nicole, and thanks for that great presentation as well, Gary. Yeah, I feel like I need to spend more time at a Sandals resort, because that sounds like there's plenty of good food there for sure. So let me fill your last 10 minutes with Jade Mountain and Anchaste and the southwest coast of St. Lucia. Can everyone see my screen okay?
Yes, you can see it.
Perfect, good. Okay, so Jade Mountain is one of the most unique properties I've certainly ever visited in my career. It's a really beautiful 29 sanctuary. We call our rooms and suites sanctuaries. So it's a 29 sanctuary property. All of the sanctuaries, apart from the lead-in sanctuaries, have private infinity pools like the one in this picture here. And you can book it on pretty much whatever board basis you might like, from room only all the way through to all-inclusive. So Jade Mountain is just here, and as you can see, it has all of the suites here have direct, beautiful views towards the Piton, so you really do know where you are when you wake up in the morning. Anchaste Resort, the sister resort, also owned by Caroline Trubetskoy, is just down here, down the hillside on the way down to Anchaste Beach. So as you can see, Jade Mountain is at the top, and then Anchaste is running down the hillside. So this is and the exterior shot of Jade Mountain. All of the rooms, all of the sanctuaries, apologies, they all have a missing 4th wall. So there's no curtains. You wake up with the sunrise. There's beautiful fresh air going through. I know my first concern when I went to Jade Mountain was, where's my air conditioning? Obviously, there isn't any, given that there's a missing 4th wall. Turns out the way that Nick Trubetskoy, Caroline's late husband, the way he designed it, because he was the architect, was that the wind would go through the room. So it does stay lovely and cool, even if you're like me, you don't do well in the heat. It is lovely and cool. And there's plenty of fans in the rooms as well. Each sanctuary has its own bridge going to it as well. And like I said, beautiful big infinity pools in all the rooms apart from the lead-in rooms. They are heated as well. And it's important to note that it's an adults-only property at Jade Mountain. So if you're staying at Jade Mountain, you can eat at the Jade Club, which is our exclusive Jade Mountain restaurant. You can also have your meals brought to you in your room or at the beach if you'd prefer, or you can use any of the restaurants or facilities of Anchaste Resort. Here we have our major domos or butlers, and they're available for you 24/7. So when you check in, you get a little burner phone and you can WhatsApp them with any of your requests, whether that's a spa treatment or a food and drink request, or you just want to shuttle down to the beach. They're always happy to oblige. Here's another aerial shot of Jade Mountain. As you can see, we have a little maze of these bridges that go to every single sanctuary, and that makes it very, very private indeed. On the roof, we have what we call our celestial terrace, which is, we're obviously just on the rooftop there, but that's where we offer yoga and Pilates in the mornings, and it's a lovely place to go for sunset cocktails as well. If you want a private dining experience, it's also a really great place to go to have a private meal set up for you. Moving one floor down from the rooftop, we have the Jade Club, which, as I said, is the main restaurant for Jade Mountain, and it is fine dining. The food here is absolutely incredible. So we have every single restaurant at Jade Mountain and Anchaste has a whole separate vegan menu, and that's because Caroline, the owner, is vegan herself. So we have our sort of usual menu, and then we have a completely separate vegan menu. So if you have any clients who are vegan, they're very, very well catered for here. But of course, we can take care of all the dietary requirements. But please do let us know if you can in advance. Like I said, on the celestial terrace on the roof, we can set up private dining. This is the Jade Club, which has a small infinity pool here as well. The infinity pool is okay to be used, but ideally not during dining hours. Private dinners, these are very, very popular. Again, really important to book these in advance if you can. These are down on Anshastane Beach or Ansmamin Beach. We have 2 beaches for these resorts. They are very popular because they're quite good value for money. So please do let us know in advance if anyone wants to book those. So we have our own farm at Jade Mountain and Anshastane. It's called the Emerald Farm, and down here we can offer cookery classes, and we can give you a tour of the farm if you like as well. We brew our own beer. We have a microbrewery on site. And also what we don't talk about enough, I don't think, is the dog rescue that we also have near the farm as well. So we rescue all the local stray dogs from the local area. Chocolate is a really big thing in St. Lucia, and of course we have our own cocoa plantation and Chastonnay and Jade Mountain. We also have our own chocolate laboratory, which is a really great place to go if, like me, you love chocolate. But you can have chocolate anything at these resorts. You can have a chocolate tea, which I think Nicole mentioned previously, cocoa tea, which is really, really yummy. You can also have a chocolate facial, chocolate massage, or you can just eat the chocolate like anyone would love to. You can see here all of our different flavors that we make on site. Lemongrass chocolate, which is really very good indeed. Cashew chocolate, you name it, we make it on the resort. We can also provide classes, so you can make your own chocolate as well. So moving down to Anshastane, which is just below Jade Mountain. Obviously, Jade Mountain is a very high-end 5-star product. Anshastane is more of a lead-in 5-star product, but still very high-end. So we have a number of rooms here, and they're all beautifully decorated in a very, very Caribbean style. All the paintings are done by artists from the local area, mostly from the town of Soufrière, which is just down the road. All the fabrics are made locally. Even the furniture is made on site, as we have an in-house carpentry team as well. So you definitely know where you are when you wake up in the morning. You are definitely in the Caribbean. Not all of the rooms have views of the pitons here, but some of them do, so please do bear that in mind. But we do have one beautiful suite with a private pool. So should you have clients who want to do a twin centre with Anshastane and Jade Mountain together, perhaps they want a whole week in Jade Mountain, but the budget just won't stretch, then I would recommend combining it with this suite because it has its own pool as well. We also have a beach house, which is, as the name suggests, directly on the beach. So if you have clients who don't want to tackle the hill going up and down to the resort, then we have a beautiful house right on the beach. In terms of food and beverage, we have one dedicated vegan restaurant, Emeralds, which have lovely, lovely sea views. Apsara, which is our Indian Caribbean fusion restaurant, again located down on the beach. And like I said before, don't forget every single restaurant has a separate dedicated vegan menu as well. We also have a beach grill and also a barbecue on Ansmamin Beach, where you can get honestly some of the best fish burgers I've ever tried. It's very, very casual. It's more like picnic benches, but it's such a lovely change of pace to the other more fine dining restaurants. As I said, if you know if your clients are going to propose or have any special occasion, please let us know. We'd love to set up these different dining options. So when you need to burn off all those additional calories because you've had 20-course breakfast, lunch and dinner, because why not? We do have miles and miles of hiking and biking trails behind Ansmamin Beach in one of the old plantation estates. We're located in a marine park as well, so you can snorkel and dive directly from the beach. And Scuba St. Lucia, which is one of the top diving companies, is also located on Anshastane Beach, so great for anyone who's looking to do any diving. I'm just going to now play you a short video, and hopefully that will tie up both resorts nicely. I've just realised I still didn't share the sound, so I'm just going to do that again.
Oh no, we had sound on that one.
Oh
Okay,
no!
yes.
Second guess myself. Okay, let's just start that again. Here we go. And that's on Chastonnay and Jade Mountain in a nutshell. Something I didn't mention though was that we also have a program called The Lionfish Eat Them to Beat Them. So if you're a qualified diver, you can go and catch your own lionfish with one of the experts, and they'll create a beautiful multi-course meal out of these lionfish that we've caught. They are an invasive species, so it does make us feel a little bit less bad about catching them all. But they are, it is a lovely meal. Apparently it tastes very similar to lobster. So yeah, please do bear that in mind. And if you get a spare 45 minutes in your life, I know you're all suitably busy, please do log on to iPlayer to watch the Amazing Hotels of the World Life Beyond the Lobby program on Jade Mountain. Thank you very much. Back to you, Nicole.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Fiona. That was amazing. I must say the lionfish dinner is really, really, really good. I've had it on a fam trip. I think it was like a 7 or 8 course lionfish dinner and various different ways. And I'd never eaten so much lionfish in my life, but it was amazing. But thank you so much for sharing that with us, that lovely presentation. And we do have one question for you. So Michael asked, in terms of Jade Mountain being adults only, is that for over 16 or over 18? Oh, you're on mute.
Yes, I am. So yes, it's adults only. So it's really only couples that we tend to have in each place. I mean, the sanctuaries, I should say, are absolutely enormous. So, I mean, you could have many people staying in there, but we don't really do that. So really, it's just for couples. So we'd say 18 and over, really.
Perfect, thank you. But then just correct me, at Anne Chastonnay, you do take from, is it 16?
Yes, that's
Really?
right. So Anne Chastonnay, you can be a little bit younger there, of course, but Jade Mountain's very much adults only, and also for health and safety reasons, because you've got those beautiful infinity pools, but you don't want anyone to dive too far over the other side, of course.
Indeed. Lovely. Thank you. So thank you so much, Gary and Fiona, for those lovely presentations on those resorts in St. Lucia. It's given the agents quite a lot to think about when they're quoting and looking into inquiries. We want to thank you, everybody, for being on the call with us. I know a few people had to jump off, but for those who stayed till the end, just a few more minutes, we're going to give away some prizes. So what we're going to do in a second is we're each going to go ahead and ask a question, and the first person to get the correct answer the quickest in the chat box will be awarded that prize. So I will go ahead and start first. So on behalf of the St. Lucia Tourism Authority, I will be giving away a bottle of Chairman's Reserve rum and some Hotel chocolate. So you get to do your own rum and chocolate pairing at home. So I will be in touch with you by the end of today to get your details, and then we'll go ahead and send those chocolates out to you. So my question is, what is the name of the, oh, this might be hard, but what is the name of the bar hopping experience that we have in St. Lucia, where you can visit some of the some of the bar? It is a Creole term, a Creole word, so I don't know if anybody is gonna get that. Starts with K. I've got one person that's got part of it right. Should I go ahead and give it to Ange? I think so. So Ange did get part of it right. So it is called the Cabaret Crawl. And Cabaret in Creole, in English, means bar hop. So a cabaret for us, like a rum shop, a pub, a bar. And then we want you to crawl, so we want you to do like a bar hop experience. So I will go ahead and say, Ange, you were close, but that was a tricky one. So you are the winner of that Chairman's Reserve rum and chocolate. So if you can just go ahead and private message me your email address, just to make sure that I've got it, so I can be in touch to arrange your prize. So thank you so much for listening. I will head over to Gary first, and you will go ahead and let them know your question and what you're giving away.
Okay, well, the giveaway is a wonderful new Sandals goodie bag, which does sound absolutely way better than a week at Sandals in St. Lucia. It's filled with all our latest marketing goodies. It's really good beach bag, pens, notepads, water bottles, you name it, everything Sandals branded. The question is, What colour socks have I got on? Oh, no, sorry. That's, you can't tell me that, can you? Right, let me think. So, no, so we'll get 3 resorts, right? But I wanted to know how many restaurants in total are in all 3.
Ooh.
Oh, no, I'll keep on going. Like 23 is getting close, 25 is getting close, 30 is close. Come on. Nope, 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 nope. Come on. It's 20 something. Yes! Sarah was the first in there.
Amazing.
Sarah, well done. Yay!
Uh,
Will she send a message to you, Nicole, so we can get?
yes.
Yes.
Sarah and Ange, if you just direct message me your email address now, so that way we
Ooh.
can go ahead and make sure we have it. But congratulations, you have won yourself a St. Lucia goodie bag. Sorry, a sandals
Come
goodie bag.
on.
My
Oh,
apologies. Sandals goodie
tell me.
bag. You can tell I'm
Sorry.
hungry now. You've won yourself a sandals goodie bag filled with amazing sandals goodie. If you want to share, feel free to send some stuff to my office. Now I'm only
Okay,
kidding.
will do. Will do.
But I do hope that you enjoy, and thank you so much, Gary, for doing that Q&A with us.
Thank you for the opportunity. Loved it.
Perfect. And last but by no means least, we're heading to Fiona, and she's going to go ahead and tell you what she's given away and also tell you her question. Fiona, are you still there?
Earth to Fiona. Earth to Fiona.
I think she
I think
might
she's
just
frozen.
frozen.
Oh, it's anything to get out of giving away a prize, honestly. See some people.
I'll
She's
give her a couple of minutes. Also, thank you, Sarah, for your address. If you can send me your email address as well, that would be amazing. But I will just take
Does
that
Sarah
down.
want me to pop with her address? Does she want me to pop down in the bus to deliver it to hand?
I think Fiona may have dropped off. But she was going to be giving away a £50 Amazon voucher.
Yeah.
So what I can do is I can. Oh, she says she can hear, but it's frozen. Um, so I could go ahead and ask a question on her behalf. I don't know if I can try to unmute her. Let me see.
I think she's completely frozen with the Wi-Fi.
Okay, she's given me a question, and it is, what is the name of the restaurant on the beach?
Oh,
I know this. Can I win?
yeah, yeah. Of
Oh,
course.
I just lost my chat. Where are we? Oh, mine has frozen as well.
Oh, wait, emailing. Oh, there's
Okay, here we go. Does anyone know the name of the restaurant on the beach?
Jackie Fishman
Jackie
something.
is close.
Oh, close, Jackie, close.
Anybody else? Otherwise, it's gonna be Jackie.
Jackie.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so
Oh,
Jackie was the closest. It is actually called the Naked Fisherman. So we'll go ahead and give
oh.
that to Jackie.
Well,
That is the name of the restaurant on the beach. So let me just put Jackie Stone. Congratulations, Jackie. You have won yourself a £50 Amazon gift voucher that Fiona will get sent over to you. If you can also direct message me, Jackie, before we end the webinar with your email address, just to make sure that we have it. So we'll be in touch by the end of today to get that sent over to you. But once again, I'd like to say thank you to everybody who joined us for this webinar this afternoon on St. Lucia's culinary experiences. I'd like to thank Gary and Fiona, and also you guys for just taking the time off to want to learn more about St. Lucia and to want to just update your knowledge on what St. Lucia has to offer for your clients. So thank you again. We look forward to seeing you on another webinar. And if you have any questions and any queries, myself, Fiona, Gary, and all of our other hotel partners, we're always just an email or a phone call away. So thank you so much again, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Ciao.